to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor, and we're going to do the review for NXT for 5/14. And they start off with the great general manager, Ava, going over the combine results and kind of setting up everything for this big North American title push they're going to do for the ladies division. So they're setting up the matches and getting all that started. And okay, not a bad start. And they actually start off with a little metaphor, their drama, their story building, and they have Noam being jumped, and we don't know who did it. Everyone's accusing. Is it Javon? Is it Trick? I mean, who did it? So good little start though. In the combine, not so bad. Got a little spot with Izzy Dame and Kiana James, where she's pretty much saying that she's going to run. Kiana is going to run Raw, and she expects Izzy to run NXT. So good little pairing. It seems like every time someone leaves NXT, somehow they're tied to some kind of faction or something that can kind of carry on. So writing 101. But after the combine stuff, they have Soul doing a little spot coming out, Soul Ruka, and saying that she finished number 1 in the combine, so she expects to win this tournament. And she comes out walking on her hands in the entrance, and so we got a qualifying match where you've got Soul Ruka versus Izzy Dames. And they're both getting better in this match. Pretty good. Izzy, her in-ring has actually kind of surprised me. Now with Soul, you're going to get the gymnastic moves, and they don't always work. They look really good when they do, but on live TV, it sometimes can also make you look a little foolish. And a couple little slips in this match, but you know what? The ladies actually covered it up pretty good. Soul did have a couple pure misses in here, but in the end, her finishing move was freaking off the chain, and she's going to end up getting the win in here. So not so bad. I mean, like I said, they're both getting better. Kind of pretty good match, I have to say. And I don't mean to sound surprised or anything. I just didn't expect Izzy actually to be quite as good as she was. Pleasantly surprised. But after that, we've got more Ava. Yeah, just what we need, more Ava. Although she's getting a little better with her delivery. It's about all I can say on this. But they've got family. They got the family. Tony D. Ava said she's last week's, what happened last week with the No Quarter Catch crew kind of coming up missing in the ref. It looks like they're going to find Tony and the family $20,000. I hadn't seen one of these in a while in the writing angle, so I kind of like it. A little old school there, but Tony D goes, hey, pay the lady, and there's a little extra something in there for you. And, not so bad. And then we got Blade and Anafi kind of doing their little comedy skit. They're getting some good TV time, and they're both very, very talented. And apparently they're good on the stick because they're definitely giving it to them. But in this particular dialogue, we've got the rabbit's foot because of the bad luck. And then we got Brinley Reese coming in, doing her hype up deal. Yeah, good little promo to start it off here. Let's see. We go from there straight in to another match. Let me see here. Right. We got Out the Mud. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I lost my place. Wow. You know what it is? It's early in the morning here, folks, and I was looking at last week's notes. Threw me off. I've got everything on a big desk here, and I got sidetracked with these. I got a monitor in here now, so I can kind of watch what I'm speaking on, and so it just throws me off. I'm not that fancy, but anyway, we got Anafi and Blade going against OTM. So yeah. And you're going to have, of course, Reese and Jada Parker. And Bronco and Lucia. I mean, look, man, these guys are big. They've got the moves, a lot, surprisingly, for their size. Of course, Anafi at one point in time has got to do a little showboating, and that's going to cause him to have a bad spot and almost lose it. And but Anafi and Blade look good. And they look good in this. But let me see. OTM, they actually do a stretch. I believe it was Bronco that grabs the guy in like a face lock and then picks him up and puts his waist between the guy's legs and stretches him in midair. Pretty good. It's very rare that you see something new out there, and these guys, hey, they've got something new, a new stretch. I don't know what they're going to call it, or if they can use it again in a match. Maybe it was just, never can tell, ad-libbed at the moment, but anyway, it wasn't so bad. I was surprised on all of this, but in the end, the big guys are going to get the win. They did have the ladies get into a scrap, which caused a little delay in here, but it was inevitable. These monsters just slammed the young man to the ground, and it is over. I mean, the match was pretty good. Like you would think these big guys would be stiffer than they are. They're definitely not Road Warrior type. These guys are a lot further on in their training than you would think. But after that, you've got more metaphor drama. Now Lash has got a big match coming up with Ivy now, and Noam's on the trainer's table, and it's just I like it. Of course, Lash can't have this right now because she's got a big match coming up in her, in her Laker-looking outfit, and then she goes out for a match with Ivy now. And if you're going to do a David and Goliath type of match, this is it. Ivy, hey, look, good look, MMA background, very strong, no doubt, not saying anything bad about Ivy now. But you have a Division I type athlete in Lash Legend. And it's really, really hard to pull off a match when the size disparity, to me at least, you're either going to have a giant squash match and then a Rey Mysterio type possible surprise ending, quickly, and then whatever, and then the smaller person gets killed after the match also. or you're going to have a match. Locally here, back when I was coming up, we had Bill Dundee, and Bill Dundee was a small Aussie, and he would get out there and fight with the big guys. But more than likely, when the big guys traveled through and he got a chance at a good match, he got his butt tore up for a while, and then he would make a comeback, almost Jerry Lawler style. But in this one, look, they try. They really try. Ivy does some good power moves. Lash, surprisingly, every time I see her, getting better and better. She just needs somebody that she can work with. A good feud herself. But in the end, there is no slaying of the giant in this one. Lash is going to get the win. The size is just too much to overcome. It is what it is on this one. But they did it pretty good in the match. Pretty good, I have to say. All right, so let me see. After this match, they've got Javon Evans, this 20-year-old phenom. He had a match with Noam, and of course, since Noam is disposed of at the moment, Ora Mensah is going to step up. And they do a little interview with Evans, and he does good with the stick. I mean, they ask him if he is the one that attacked Noam, and he's like, man, it's not my style, not my boy's Trick Willie's style, so don't understand what is going on here. But they're going to have a match, Mensah and Mr. Evans, and I gotta say, pretty freaking good match, man. Evans sells really good, and he has some good offense. And Mensah is no slouch, man. He's really good. Whoever trained Evans, I know he has a lot of natural talent, but whoever trained him really did a good job. And they've done a good job so far with him. They didn't debut him too early. He needs some weight, in my opinion, or whatever, but he's 20 years old, man. Like I said before, man, if this guy can just, keep everything right and take this position for what it is, man, and run with it, man, this guy can really have a future. But in this match, you've got to have some more of the metaphor drama angles. And you're going to have Lash get a chair, and then all of a sudden Trick Willie comes out, and there's a whole nother discussion now. So the chair comes out of play. These two guys carry on in the match. They tear it up for a few more minutes, and then it's going to turn out where the push is still on for Mr. Evans, because he gets the win. And pretty good match. Good little angle. You got the champ out there getting a little exposure, kind of giving this guy a push also. It's kind of what NXT is all about. They're always building each other and pushing each other. So good little spot. Can't complain at all about that. Let me see. After that, they go straight into we've got a little Charlie Dempsey promo, and he does pretty good on the stick. And he does good in the ring. Got his own kind of look, So the Heritage Cup holder is letting everybody know that it doesn't matter who's with him, because he doesn't have the rest of his crew. That's their whole catch clause, I guess you would call it, is that you never know who you're going to face. And in this particular situation, Tony T and the family has eliminated the equation. They have taken away a couple of the numbers in this equation and swayed it towards their favor. So it's going to be Dempsey and Tony T in a one-on-one, with no crew. But he says, hey, the crew he spoke to him, and that they are on the way to the studios. Oh, that is some old Memphis style stuff there. Let me see. You got Wesley coming in there, and they're giving him some time with the stick, and he gets in the ring and he tells his little story. And there was a kind of an awkward pause to where maybe the timing was a little off, but then we parade everyone out there. All right, you got Oba, you got the champ that comes out there, and then you've got Ivar after that, and then you've got Briggs after that. So they parade everybody out there, and the champ does kind of good, with the stick. I got to give him that, and he pretty much gives Wesley his flowers and says, hey, you took the title to places it's never been, but now I'll take it even further. And that's what caused all the stir. So, he pretty much says, y'all fight it out amongst yourselves. And come back and holla. And whoever wins that, he'll give them a shot at the belt. Let me see. You've got the debut of Carly Bright after that. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. And you've got Carl and Luke of the OC kind of getting into it with Ridge. And he needs to find a partner, and he can't find one, but Chase U steps up and provides him with Riley. So let me see here. Riley didn't trust him, so they're trying to build an angle there with Chase U. All right, so now we're going to have the OC going against Ridge and Riley, Osborne, and so the match is pretty good, and the OC is always going to put on a good show, man. These guys are well-traveled vets, Machine Gun, Carl, over in Japan. I mean, they're both, their history mainly is in Japan, but they've been all over the world, and I'm glad to see them on the roster. I'm sure these guys can help a lot of the younger talent for sure. But the match itself, not a bad match. A few good moves here and there, nothing major to talk about, but the ending is what made it a little interesting. This time, there's a miscue, and Riley nails Ridge. So now the angle is the hothead, is the guy that can't be trusted. Can he get through this? Spoiler alert, he does, and they're building something on this, though. They're building, not quite sure which way they're going to take it yet, but they're building on it. We get a Lexus King quick spot, doing a great interview for JC Janes signing her card, which he still can't quite get her name right, but his beard is still perfect. And, they're building something with him for sure. The background, when they did his spot, though, they had all the black and whites of all the older wrestlers up in the Performance Center there in Florida. Kind of liked that, in there too. So, let me see. I'm getting a little out of order, but pretty much the same thing in these matches, because you're going to have the debut of Carly Bright going against Lola Vice. And, of course, we've got Shayna out there. And then in the background, you've got Natty and Carmen back there in the background watching. So, the match this way, Lola does always put on a good show herself. In this angle, she's got to take the new timer apart, but they let her get a few bright spots in there. They let the rookie get a couple shots in there, but in the end, there's too much time in Lola, so they can end this match, and then kind of give her flowers, her debut, but then they can bring in the storyline with Natty and Carmen, because they can come in. You know what's going to happen, afterwards. It always does. They got to go pick the rookie up and embarrass her, and that's when the cavalry comes running in, and we get that dreaded run-in, But yes, we get it, and it's okay. It's kind of hard to make Shayna Baszler, I think, look bad, but they try. They try. All right. Let me see. Now we're actually going to go in to the Heritage Cup. And that's when they do give, Natty does grab the mic. Natty and Carmen do grab the mic and challenge for next week for a tag match next week. But we have the Heritage Cup, a match. Now, I don't guess you'd call it a title. It's a cup, so the Heritage Cup match. And you got Tony D and the family going against Charlie Dempsey with no crew. So this is the angle they're putting on this. And not so bad. Charlie's in there looking good by himself. You've got the family there. Stax has got the bucket. He's the corner guy, so Tony's got his crew there to help him in between these matches, or in between these rounds, where they can have a rest. And it kind of shows, because Tony D comes out and catches the first round right towards the end. The timing on these. Now you got to consider, you got 3 minutes. You got to do your spiel, and you got to choose, or you got to do the close or the finish at the end of each one, right towards the last 20 seconds or so. And Tony D in the first round pulls it off pretty close to the time limit. Let me see the second round. It's a draw, or no pins, I guess you would say. And then, bam, the third round, Charlie comes out and pulls one off. He goes after the arm. And look, man, Charlie in some of these moves, man, he does a press, the old-fashioned, he comes up off the ground, locked hands, and they press, and then he rolls him over to a pin. I mean, ties Tony up and goes into a move. I mean, Steven Regal back in his day was doing some of these chain moves that you didn't see. You got maybe some of the Canadian wrestlers and your European guys that occasionally came through here, but you didn't see fluid moves like that very often. Man, he's good, but Tony D is good himself. You cannot say, but when he gets the Charlie gets the advantage with the arm, being the tactician that he is, he stays on it and just stays on it, and it comes to play when he gets his win. What round was that? That was round 3. So let me see, the round 4. We've got the timing the way it is again. There's a draw. So that's leading up. I believe there's 6 rounds in this total, and in this, let me see, in the 5th round is when you have Kemp and Bourne show up, and this is what this is the reason I like the old school. When Kemp and Bourne come running in, Kemp's got his t-shirt all torn up, like he's literally been held captive since last week. And he just broke free. And so him and Bourne come running down. They get into it with, with the family. The shirt just really, it was something to behold. Just weird little oddball things now at my age catch me. I've seen so much wrestling. It's the little things. But yeah. After the interruption, we're going to have a pin, and Tony D picks up the win. So Tony D is now your Heritage Cup champion. Yes, I did say that right. And Tony said that the family was on to bigger and better things this year. And I guess this is a little bit of what he meant. This match was not bad at all. Each guy had some good spots. You thought it was going one way when it didn't, which was really cool. With Bourne and Kemp running down in their Barney Rubble type in their hair. Kemp's hair, I just can't get that out of my head. Kemp's hair is all like they were captive this whole time. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll I guess I can end it there. The way Tony D kind of did, with Bourne, right before he threw Bourne out, he gave Dempsey a big right hand, and that's pretty much after he gets the pin. But Dempsey, as I said, man, Dempsey did very, very well. This was a pretty good doggone match, man. I would go back and watch it. I liked everything they did in it. So there you go, folks. You've got to at least go back and see Kemp and Bourne do their run-in. That is it. But yes, we have a new Heritage Cup champion. It's Tony D and the family. We're going to have some, a little flack from next week. So, the show's over, right? No. Well, now we got everybody laid out. And when I mean everybody, Ivar, Briggs, Wesley, and the camera pans to who has laid this path of destruction all night. And might I add, a good end. It's the Gallus brothers. The Gallus brothers. The Gallus boys. Gallus. Them boys. No, I can't use that one. But I'm just going to say good ending to the show. And then, of course, the first thing I see after NXT is WWE taking advantage of R-Truth and Miz's popularity. Or let's just say R-Truth. So that's the way they end their show. So there you go, guys. There is the review for 516. And thank you guys for taking the time out of your week to listen. Let me see. I had a few. I really like getting your messages. I really appreciate them. We've got one down in Denton, Texas. Yes, and I have finally seen the Iron Claw. Did go or did actually take the time and watch it this week. Pretty good. Can't say too bad. A little blowing smoke. They did have Jerry Jarrett in there, and a few little, the Harley race guy look-alike. Flair I didn't like, but anyway, just my opinion. And so anyway, guys, I'll just go ahead and end it now. You know what you can do if you have time. Get out there and visit a shelter or a pound or a rescue and give a hand if you can. And if you, as always, spay and neuter. And this is Memphis Mark. And guys, you know what? I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show. Or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.